rejection by Nathan Rolfe. Off of Brady Weaver. Underneath to Rolfe. His swings around the key. Gets it up from 10 feet away, and he is fouled. Nathan with that turnaround jumper from 10 feet away. He's fouled by Comer. Toby Comer picks up his second foul and the second team foul of the second half by Comer, and Nathan Rolfe once again will be at the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Bearcats. First shot is up and nothing but net. Earlier tonight, both the Bearcat freshmen and the Bearcat JVs won. We don't know the score, but I believe the JV won by 20-some points. So both Bearcat teams getting the evening started off well. Nathan Rolfe hits the second one. They put on the pressure, and Newcastle finally gets it down court for Wolfman. He's on the dribble, gives off to Weaver on the near side to Hinton. Underneath it goes to Toby Comer. His jump shot from 10 feet away. Drops nothing but net. 46-30, Bearcats up by 16. In the corner goes to David Philo. Almost loses it away, throws it away, coming back to Hardy. Weaver with the basketball for Newcastle. Weaver on the far side, on the dribble, giving some directions, comes to the top of the key, still on the dribble, gives the pass off on the near side to Hinton. His pass underneath for Partridge, stolen away by Rolfe. He'll give it off to John Hardy for Douglas. Hardy into the key with the slip job. Can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, goes back under, nice spin move off the baseline, gets it to go. Bearcats up by 18. Weaver with the basketball, cross courts it to Partridge. Gets it down court quickly, and we have an official's timeout as Brady Weaver for Newcastle comes up a little gimpy, and looks like he may have twisted an ankle or a knee, but he seems to be walking a little better now, so let's see if they take him out of the ball game for any length of time. I guess they want to set him down and back into the ball game. Will be number 22 for Newcastle. That'll be Justin Feist, a 6-foot senior. Waltmath underneath, goes to Toby Comer. His shot no good. Rolfe with the rebound, gives it off to Hardy. Hardy on the dribble at the top of the key, throws it away, out of bounds, intended for Jeff Philo. Newcastle will control. Into the lineup for Newcastle, replacing Toby Comer, we have Robert Fox. Waltmath and Partridge will be inbounding the basketball for Newcastle. Waltmath on the dribble, on the far side it goes to Feist. Feist on the dribble, right up against the rebound line. His pass underneath, intended for Robert Fox, off his hands and controlled by Partridge. Partridge goes up for the shot, gets it rejected, but he is fouled. Number 32, John Hardy. And Hardy picks up his 4th personal foul, in danger early in this third period. They need to watch him a little bit better. Aaron Hinton inbounds the basketball for Newcastle to Feist. Feist on the dribble in the corner to Hinton. Underneath it goes to Partridge. He loses it out of bounds. Can't control. Newcastle loses the basketball on there. Douglas will control. Cooper in the ball game, replacing Hardy for Douglas. David Philo will control the offense now for the Bearcats. He's on the dribble, comes near side to brother Jeff. Back to David. On the far side to Brandon Fleer, back to top of the key to Jeff Philo in the far side. His 3-point play, up and good. Nice 3-point shot by Jeff Philo. That's 4 of them for the night for Jeff Philo. Feist with the basketball, gives it off now to Waltmath. Waltmath in the corner to Hinton. His shot from 15 feet won't go. Rebound, Nathan Rolfe. David Philo sets up the offense now for the Bearcats. On the near side to Jeff Philo, back to David to Jeff once again. Underneath it goes to Fleer, back out to Philo, knocked away, signed by Robert Fox. Bearcats will have the basketball inbounds. On the near side, we have a timeout. Newcastle, we're going to take 30 seconds to hear from one of your sponsors.
More of your Bearcat boosters, James and Karen Hardy, proudly support Douglas Bearcat Sports. High school sports help to build community spirit. Good luck, Bearcats, from Karen and James Hardy. James Hardy, attorney at law, 900 South Grant in Douglas. Keeping with the spirit of high school sports, Converse Funeral Chapel and Douglas Monuments proudly support the Douglas Bearcats at 1147 Cheyenne in Douglas, Converse Funeral Chapel and Douglas Monuments.
High school gymnasium. 4:19 to go in the third period. 51-30. Bearcats with a comfortable 21-point lead over the Newcastle Doggies, and thus far Newcastle hasn't been able quite to defensively to keep up with the Bearcats' fast-paced attack, and their shooting, Bearcat shooting, has just been really tremendous. And aside from the three-pointers that Brady Weaver has put up, Toby Comer has been the only scoring threat as far as Newcastle is concerned. Douglas will have the ball inbounds at the end of the court. David Philo will control the offense for Douglas. Pass intended for Troy Cooper, stolen away by Toby Comer. He'll go to the floor, put it up for two. Bearcats back quickly underneath Nathan Ross. He dribbles the ball out of bounds on the inline, can't get it to go. Turnover, Bearcats. Newcastle have the basketball. Robert Cox will inbound to Waltman. Brian Waltman, the 5-foot junior, and he is all of 5 foot, I guess. Maybe 5'1". I'll give him an inch. Partridge in the corner. Pass stolen away from Cox by Nathan Rolfe, and Philo with the basketball into the top of the key, gives off to Rolfe. He takes it down the right side, gives off to Cooper. Cooper shot up, no good. Waltman with the rebound. Smallest kid on the court gets the rebound. He's on the right side to Cox. He's up from 15 feet. Can't get it to go, and Partridge with the rebound. Put it on the court, and it's tied up by Troy Cooper. They'll call the foul on Cooper. I thought that was a good tie at that time. It looked like he got a lot of basketball as Partridge put the ball on the floor in the key, and that's a bad place for a big man to put the basketball. You don't do that. Put it down on the floor in close quarters like that.
So it makes the coaches pull their hair out, Gary.
That's for sure.
And stuff like that.
Dylan Grant in the basketball game now, along with Matt Jacobson for the Bearcats. Toby Comer gets the rebound off that errant shot from Partridge. Gets the putback, and the foul is called. We'll see who it's against. Number 51. Dylan Grant picks up his second personal of the ball game. Toby Comer will be at the free throw line with a chance to complete that three-point play. 51-34, 3:22 to go in the third period of play. Shot is up and good. Cuts that lead down to 16. David Philo on the left-hand dribble, gives off in the corner. Cooper with the baseline, gets it to go. Troy Cooper, nice drive on the baseline, picks up 2 points for the Bearcats. Weaver with the basketball cross court to Waltman. His three-point shot off, no good. Rebound knocked around, controlled by Newcastle, and they say that Robert Cox stepped on the out-of-bounds line, getting the ball back out to Weaver. Bearcats will have the basketball on the near side, three-quarter court. Inbound pass to David Philo. Slow dribble, surveys the situation, gives on the near side to Troy Cooper. Cooper once again on the baseline, gives his pass off to Jacobson, back out to Nathan Rolfe. His jump shot from the key is no good. Rebound taken down by David Philo. Takes it in, gives it off to Matt Jacobson. Jacobson from 15, no good. Fincher with the rebound. Dylan Grant got the rebound for the Bearcats. We have a foul called. Offensive foul, I believe, will go against Dylan Grant. Grant picks up his third personal. Grant, the 6'2" junior for the Douglas Bearcats. Newcastle with the basketball down by 18 points. Waltman underneath. It goes to Robert Cox. His pass, no good. Comer with the tip back won't go. Knocked out of bounds by Rolfe. Newcastle will inbound under their own basket. Robert Cox inbounds the basketball, throws it right into the hand of Dylan Grant, gives off to Jacobson to Cooper. His shot is up on the layup, good. Cooper with his 6th point of the night. Bearcats back in that 20-point lead. Weaver gives off this time to Toby Comer. His shot off, no good. Gets the rebound back, gives off to Weaver. His jump shot from 12 feet away is good. And that's the first 2-point shot that Weaver put up tonight. Otherwise, he's got 3-pointers. Matt Jacobson tries to get that pass away, knocked out of bounds by Cox, and sent it for Cooper. Shannon Fincher in the ballgame now for the Bearcats. He'll replace Nathan Ross, give Nathan a chance to get a breather. Aaron Hinton back in the lineup replacing Cox for Newcastle. Fincher gives off to Philo. Philo on the dribble, looking around, setting up the offense. Gives on the far side to Cooper. Back out to Philo. Cross court it to Fincher. Fincher has the ball knocked out of bounds by Seeds, and the Bearcats will inbounds at the free throw line near side. Bearcats lead by 18, 55-37 over the Newcastle Doggies. We're in the third period of play, a minute 42. Cooper in the far corner with the basketball. Gives back to Philo. Cooper underneath him goes Fincher to Philo at the top of the key. This three, no good. Rebound taken down by Jacobson. Back up, no good by Jacobson. Just didn't get the roll. Philo with the putback, and they finally get it to go. Once again, 3 points. 3 shots at the basket gives the Bearcats 2 more points. Up by 20. Woltmath gives off to Weaver to Hinton on the near side. Back to Weaver at the top of the key. Newcastle moving the ball around. His pass, Hinton's pass underneath the Partridge, knocked out of bounds by Dylan Grant. Into the lineup now, 5'8" junior, number 10, Andy Schroeder. He'll replace David Philo in the lineup for Douglas. Seeds inbounds to Partridge. His jump shot from 8 feet away on the baseline is good. Schroeder will set up the offense for Douglas. In the corner goes to Matt Jacobson. His jump shot from 10, no good. Rebound dropped down by Cooper and put back up. Troy Cooper with 8 points on the night gives the Bearcats that 20-point lead once again. Weaver on the far side goes to Woltmath underneath the Seeds. His pass. He was going up for a shot. He's tied up by Dylan Grant. Nice bit of defensive work that time by Grant as he just got around Seeds and just got his hand on the basketball. The turnover goes over to the Bearcats.
Okay, that was pretty aggressive and gutsy move by Dylan Grant. He has 3 personal fouls on him right now.
He stayed right with him. I guess that's the type of defense that Coach Rich Jammer teaches these kids. Don't be afraid to get aggressive.
That's exactly right.
Schroeder off on the right side to Jacobson. Back out to Schroeder, looking for somebody. Back to Jacobson in the corner. Underneath it goes to Grant. Grant with the put up. No good. Rebound brought down. Pop for taken away by Dylan Grant, and he is fouled on the rebound attempt by number 40. That's Toby Hummer, 6'3" junior for, now let's correct that. Number 20 into the ball game, just come in. Tom Reinbold, a 6-foot senior, picks up the personal foul. Number 20, Grant with the free throw. It's up and off, no good. He'll get that second one. Come on, back. Reinbold, Tom Reinbold, a 6-foot senior in the ball game now for Newcastle. Grant with off the front of the rim, hitting with the rebound, gives it off to Justin Feist. Feist puts it out to Weaver. It's off the feet, taken away by Andy Schroeder. They'll go up and left, and it's good. Schroeder with the steal and puts it up from that layup. Picks up his first 2 points of the ball game. Comer in the corner. Cross courts it now to Feist. Feist back cross courts to number 20 once again. That's Reinbold. Reinbold is out the Weaver at the top of the key, and we have completed 3/4 of basketball. The Bearcats comfortably 61-39 over Newcastle. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
After the game, make McDonald's Restaurant in Douglas your next stop. Try McDonald's 59-cent anytime menu. 12-ounce shakes, yogurt cones, hamburgers, and hot apple pie on West Yellowstone, McDonald's of Douglas. North Platte Physical Therapy at 1837 Medora in Douglas. Stop in and talk with Chuck Mangus about their complete physical therapy services and how they can help you. North Platte Physical Therapy, phone 358-9464.
School basketball, 3A high school basketball coming your way on a Saturday night from Douglas High School Gymnasium. The Douglas Bearcats entertaining the Newcastle Doggies from up north and not showing them any mercy. 61-39 the score at the end of 3 periods of play. The Bearcats in the lead right now. On the court for the Bearcats with Cooper, Rolfe, Brandon Fleur, and the Philo brothers, David and Jeff. Newcastle with the basketball. Aaron Hinton with the shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound brought down and controlled by Jeff Philo. Gives it off to David Philo. He'll control and set up the offense for Douglas. Off the screen from Nathan Rolfe, off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, no good. Rebound, shot forced, controlled by Troy Cooper underneath to Nathan Rolfe. Loses the ball out of bounds, knocked away that time by number 20 again with his hand on the basketball. Time Reinbold. Cooper will inbounds under the basket for the Bearcats. Gets it inbound to Jeff Philo, knocked away by Hinton. Bearcats will control at the free throw line on the near side. Jeff Philo will inbounds. Gets it to Rolfe at the top of the key. His shot from three-point land is good. Nathan Rolfe drops in a three-pointer, so everybody kind of getting in the act tonight. I think they all see a pretty large score, and they want to get that three-point opportunity. Waltnath with the three-point shot, can't get it to go. Nathan Rolfe with the rebound. He's on the dribble, takes it to the left side of the key, gives off in the corner to Brandon Flair. His shot off, no good. Rebound knocked away by Brady Weaver as he and Reinbold were fighting for the basketball, and the Bearcats will control under their own basket. Jeff Philo, Brandon Flair, Troy Cooper, Nathan Rolfe, and David Philo in the lineup for the Bearcats. Weaver, Waltnath, Reinbold, Hinton, and Partridge in the basketball game for Newcastle. Shot taken by David Philo, missed. Rebound brought down by Troy Cooper. We have a foul called, and it'll go against number 52, Aaron Hinton, his third foul for the Doggies. Bearcats will inbound the basketball under their own basket, leading in this ballgame 64-39. Cooper inbounds. The pass comes knocked away, intended for Philo and controlled by Newcastle, stolen away this time by David Philo. Down court quickly with the pass to Cooper. His shot from 12 feet, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back, no good. Rolfe with the tip-up, no good. And Brady Weaver finally controls for Newcastle. Down court quickly to Reinbold, and he is fouled. David Philo will pick up the personal foul for the Bearcats. Reinbold will go to the line for Newcastle. Philo with his first 15th foul of the half for the Bearcats. Couple more to give. Reinbold, Tom Reinbold, the senior, will have two shots from the free throw line for Newcastle. First shot is up and won't go. Bounces on the front, off the glass, and off. He'll get that second one. 64-39. We have 6:40 remaining in the ball game here at Douglas High School Gymnasium. Second shot is also off. Nathan Rolfe will get the rebound, gives it off to David Philo. In the corner to Brandon Flair, all by himself. The three-pointer off, no good. And Reinbold picks up the rebound. Brady Weaver down quickly for Newcastle. On the right side goes to Reinbold from three-point land. Off the rim, no good. Rolfe with the rebound. And he's down court quickly, and he'll get called for the traveling violation. Tried to give that little stutter step and couldn't get it to go. We have a timeout called for the Bearcats, 64-39. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Turned it off.
Timeout called here for the Douglas Bearcats as we have 6 minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the fourth period of play. The Bearcats easily handling the Newcastle Doggies tonight in this first home ball game. Their second ball game of the young 91-92 season. They won last night big down in Guernsey, 78-51. Nathan Rolfe leading the way with 17, and he's right close to that tonight. We'll see where he's at, 15 points so far tonight, 18 points, excuse me. So he's right on 10. Newcastle with the basketball on the far side to Waltnath. Cross courts it to Partridge. His jump shot from 15 away, no good. Rebound to Rolfe. Gives it off quickly to Brandon Flair, and he looks cross court to Jeff Philo. Philo gives it out to the top to David Philo. He'll set up that half-court offense. Brandon Flair gives out to Jeff Philo. They're in kind of a weave now to protect the basketball. Rolfe with the drive, gets the two-handed, underhanded layup, and it's up and good. 20 points on the night now for Nathan Rolfe, doing a good job underneath. And the Newcastle big men just have not been able to control Nathan tonight. Once he gets in that paint, he is deadly. Brady Weaver with his, his fourth three-point play tonight, so doing a good job from outside, but they can't get anything underneath. Jeff Philo with the basketball on the right side to Nathan Rolfe. Rolfe underneath to Brandon Flair. His shot partially blocks it off the glass. Brandon Flair, good move down the right side of the lane, gets the shot up and good. 68-42. We've got 5 minutes. Ball stolen away by Flair on the breakaway. Goes up this shot, blocked nicely by Brady Weaver. The Bearcats will control under their own basket. Looked like Brandon Flair was going to have the easy breakaway, and Brady Weaver caught up to him and waited till he got off the floor and blocked it nicely. Troy Cooper inbounding off the feet of Toby Cummer. The Bearcats will have the ball once again, and John Hardy comes back into the lineup. He's been away for a little over a quarter. Hardy will replace Jeff Philo in the lineup, and he'll take the ball out of bounds. Calls the play. Wolfnath out of the ball game now as number 10, J.R. Dawson, a 5'9" junior, into the ball game for Newcastle. Brandon Flair with the basketball underneath to Nathan Rolfe. His moving jumper, no good. Brady Weaver with the basketball at the top of the key, way out by the midcourt line. Gets it off to Dawson. Cross courts it to Weaver. Weaver over the head to Partridge. Underneath intended. That time for J.R. Comer, and nice defensive play by Nathan Rolfe as he knocked it back in, and it was off the hands of number 24, Partridge, out of bounds. So the Bearcats will control with 4:37 remaining in the ball game. They're up by 26 points. Matt Jacobson into the lineup for Brandon Flair. Andy Schroeder in also replacing David Philo. Rolfe with the basketball on the dribble at the top of the key, gives off to Hardy. Hardy holds it, looking for some help. Gets it on the right side to Nathan Rolfe. Underneath the Hardy all alone. The layup, no good. Rebound brought down by Cox. Brady Weaver with the basketball, and he is fouled from behind by John Hardy. A short-lived appearance that time by John Hardy. He's out of the ball game, and he'll finish the night with how many points? We got about 8. Is that the three-pointer? Yeah. 9 points for John Hardy on the night, and he fouls out of the ball game. Brandon Flair will return to the Bearcat lineup to replace John Hardy. Brady Weaver will be at the free throw line. His team down by 26 big points to the Bearcats, as they are, looks like they'll be easily on their way to their second win of this young season. And I guess Weaver isn't going to get free throws after all. They'll have the ball inbounds in the backcourt. Number 22 into the lineup, Justin Feist, the senior, and gives it off to Dawson, the junior. He's on the near side to Partridge. Back to Dawson to Feist. Underneath, cross courts it to Partridge. Underneath it goes to Robert Cox. His shot blocked by Matt Jacobson. Ball taken back by Newcastle. Feist with the long three-pointer, and he gets it to go. His first points for the ball game. Justin Feist, the 6-foot senior. Andy Schroeder setting up the offense for the Bearcats. On the right side it goes to Cooper. Looking around, finally gives out the top of the key to Brandon Flair. He's on the dribble, off to Cooper in the corner. Cooper looking for somebody to go to, finally gives off to Flair at the top of the key. Flair gives off to Schroeder on the near side. Schroeder on the left-hand dribble, comes across the left side to Flair. Flair gives off to Cooper, cuts back across to the far side. Cooper with the ball, gives off to Schroeder. Bearcats just looking for that good shot underneath, goes off to Cooper. His running jump shot by Cooper is up and good. Troy Cooper doing a good job tonight. That's 10 points on the night for Cooper, so he's done a good job coming off the bench. Stolen away by Flair, gives it off to Schroeder. His layup no good. Rebound brought down by Partridge. He's on the dribble, down court, set up the offense for Newcastle. 2:56 to go in the ball game. Cross courts it to Dawson. Dawson looking for somebody at the top of the key. It goes to Cox. His three-point shot, no good. Rebound brought down by Rolfe. He's down court quickly. Goes to the hoop with it. Gets the layup. Let's see if it'll go. Yes, they give it the 2-point. The foul will be called, I believe, on number 42, Robert Cox for Newcastle. He was moving back. Had he stayed in position, he probably would have drawn the offensive foul, but he was moving back. And 2 points goes to Nathan Rolfe. He'll be at the free throw line. When we return, we'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Proudly supporting the Bearcats are Michael Manor, offering 24-hour professional care. Michael Manor is small enough to offer a home-like atmosphere and able to give more special care. Michael Manor of Douglas, phone 358-3397. And Converse County Bank, truly a hometown bank. Converse County Bank is locally owned, and that means that they are locally concerned. Converse County Bank, hometown banking at its best. Member FDIC.
Okay, we're back. Douglas High School Gymnasium, KWIV Sports on the air at 1470. Gary Reitmeyer along with Ace Halstead bringing you all the action. Douglas Bearcats and the Newcastle Doggies. 2 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in this ball game. The Bearcats with a very comfortable 72-45 lead. At the free throw line will be Nathan Rolfe. He has 22 points on the night, looking for number 23. As he was fouled going in for the layup on that last play, he has the basketball. Eyes the basket, the shot is up, and finally gets the roll, it drops. Newcastle with the basketball. J.R. Dawson, the junior, gives it off to Feist. Feist on the dribble, takes it to the hoop, he is fouled. Number 10, Andy Schroeder, picks up his personal foul. First one of the night for Andy, the junior, and Justin Feist will be at the free throw line. He'll shoot the 1-and-1 for Newcastle. He'll shoot two. They say he was in the act of shooting, so Feist will get 2 shots. First one is off, no good. Just didn't quite get the roll. Drops off the third rim. He'll get that second shot. 73-45. Bearcats comfortably on their way to their second win of the young season. Second shot is off, no good. Rolfe with the rebound. He's on the dribble now, being closely guarded by Cox. At the top of the key, Rolfe gives on the far side to Brandon Fleer, in the corner, back out to Andy Schroeder, looking for somebody to pass to. Now on the dribble, comes around to the far side. And attempts to get that pass off to Matt Jacobson, and as he tries to do so, he is fouled by number 10, J.R. Dawson, his first personal of the night, Andy Schroeder. I guess he won't get that shot, as it is only the 6th personal of the half for Newcastle. It's been a relatively foul-free ball game. Matt Jacobson on the far side to Brandon Fleer. To Andy Schroeder at the top of the key, looking for somebody underneath. Finally gets it off to Jacobson on the near side. Gives him go to Schroeder. Gets it into the key, but can't quite get the pass off, and is called for the travel. Turnover, Douglas Bearcats, as David Philo returns to the lineup, replacing Nathan Rolfe. It looks like we've probably seen the last of Nathan Rolfe, unless something drastic happens. He'll leave the night with a nice point production. 23 big points on the night for Nathan. Dawson with the basketball for Newcastle. In the corner it goes. Number 12 in the ball game now for Newcastle, and we don't have a number. I believe that's Todd Barkey. Todd Barkey for Newcastle in the ball game now. Schroeder with the basketball on the far side to David Philo on the dribble in the corner. Gives out to Brandon Fleer on the dribble across the key. Loses control. Feist with the rebound. Todd Barkey gets the long pass down court. Can't get the pass to go. Andy Schroeder with the rebound. He's down court quickly for the Bearcats. In the corner to David Philo. Philo with the long three-pointer. He goes with it. Everybody getting a chance at that three-point shot as David Philo drops one down, and that's his second of the night. Justin Feist with the basketball. Comer underneath to Todd Barkey. His shot blocked by Brandon Fleer. Rebound goes to Schroeder, to David Philo. His shot in the basket, also blocked, this time by Robert Cox. Cox gets off to Feist underneath. Three-point lands by J.R. Dawson. No good. Rebound brought down by Barkey. His shot blocked by Cooper. Matt Jacobson with the basketball. Gives a no-look pass down court intended for Brandon Flair. Knocked away by Toby Comer. Number 20 in the lineup now for Newcastle, Tom Reinbold. Also in the lineup, number 44, Andy Klavendatcher. Boy, that's a mouthful, I'll tell you. Klavendatcher, 5'11" junior for Newcastle. Brandon Flair inbounds to Matt Jacobson. Jacobson out to Schroeder. Schroeder back to Jacobson on the key. Takes it out to the side. Underneath, intended for Brandon Flair, stolen away and out of bounds. Number 44, Andy Klavendatcher, the junior, stole it away but stepped on the out of bounds line on the end. Bearcats are the basketball. 24 seconds to go in this ball game. 76-47. Bearcats in the lead. Flair out to Schroeder, way out by the mid-court stripe on the right side to Flair. He's in the corner on the dribble, comes back with it to Troy Cooper. Cooper loses it out of bounds, touched last by Todd Barkey. Bearcats will inbounds under their own basket with 14 seconds to go. Let's see if they can get that last bucket and take a 30-point ball game. Brandon Flair in the corner to David Philo. He's on the dribble into the paint. Up for the shot, and he's fouled. Andy Klavendatcher picks up his first personal of the night. Just got in the ball game. And David Philo will be going to the free throw line for the Bearcats. We have 11 seconds to go in the ball game. Nicely tucked away by the Bearcats early in the ball game. David Philo at the free throw line. Shot is up and good. 77-47. Bearcats with that 30-point lead. Philo will have the second. Up and also good. 31-point lead for the Bearcats. J.R. Dawson with the basketball for Newcastle. They'll work for that last shot. Try to get a long one possibly. Justin Feist with that long shot off the glass. No good. Rebound to Brandon Flair. Gives it off, and that's the ball game. Bearcats in the second ball game of this young basketball season, 91-92. A big win, 31 points over the Newcastle Doggies. And it was just a little too much Nathan Roth to start off this ball game, I think, Ace, and that was pretty much the story as he controlled the backboard and the shooting underneath and got him in the paint, and there wasn't a whole lot that we knew. Let's compile some statistics. We'll take a 3-minute time.
Next one game.
Gymnasium and the Douglas Bearcats. Second win of the young 91-92 season. A big 31-point win tonight over the Newcastle Doggies, 78-47. Let's take a look at the scoring that we have. First of all, for the visiting Newcastle Doggies, they had a little tough time of it going in, but they were led in scoring by their big man, 6'3" Toby Comer, number 40. He poured in 19 points. Brady Weaver right behind him with 17 points. He had 4 3-pointers in the ball game, and that wasn't too bad an outing for Brady Weaver, as we knew that he was going to be a premier 3-point shooter. Also scoring, Justin Feist, he hit a 3-point shot. Chris Partridge came up with 4 points on 2 field goals. Robert Cox just 2 points on 1 field goal. Aaron Hinton had 2 points on 1 field goal, and that was just about all the scoring. You get about 36 points of 47 from 2 men. Doesn't leave a whole lot for the rest of the team to come up with. But 19 points for Toby Comer, 17 points for Brady Weaver, and a total of 47 for Newcastle. For the Douglas Bearcats, they were led in scoring by their big man, Nathan Roth, the senior postman. He had 23 big points tonight, and that was on 7 field goals, 7 2-point goals, 1 3-pointer, and he hit 6 free throws. So a good outing, a good night for Nathan Roth, 23 points. Also, Jeff Philo, he came in with 14 points tonight, and he had 4 of those were 3 points from 3-point land. 10 points for David Philo, 10 points for Brandon Flair tonight. John Hardy fouled out of the ball game and ended up with 9 points, and Troy Cooper coming off the bench with 10 points for a total of 78 points for the Douglas Bearcats. And with me right now, head coach Rich Amon and Coach.